Monday.
Happy Monday.
I can't believe we're already in a holiday week.
I know.
Like, where did that go? How are we already there? How are we already there, everybody? Thank you so much for joining us for KARE 11 News at noon. Listen, it's another Victory Monday for Vikings fans, and we've got the highlights of their division win. Plus, Cece, we've got a big meeting tonight in the Anoka-Hennepin School District.
We do, yeah, later tonight when the school board meets. We'll be watching to see if they go ahead with a plan to make more than $20 million in budget cuts. I've got all the info on that.
It's a lot of money. A lot of cold outside, too. My jacket and my dog are not happy.
We are just getting started with the cold weather. So yes, today was kind of that first taste of it, and we're just going to keep working our way down in terms of temperatures. The good news is, for the most part, snow has come to an end. Very light stuff. We found a few inches of snowfall to the north of the metro. We'll have those numbers a little bit later, but the skies are starting to clear. Many of us will start to see more and more sunshine through these afternoon hours, and that'll help pop the temperatures just a little bit. But right now, 30 and feeling like 19. Northwest winds at 16 miles an hour. That will definitely change how things feel out there this time of year. And you can see the sunshine will keep us close to 30 degrees. But as soon as that sun starts to set, the numbers will start to tumble. And we are talking about some much, much colder temperatures. In fact, as we close out November and roll into December, the numbers will be far below the averages. That is starting to show up in your 7-day forecast. We'll talk about that. And we'll take a look at, as our weather is local, as we get closer to Thanksgiving as well.
Jamie, thank you. And if you are part of the Anoka-Hennepin School District, our top story definitely impacts you. So in just more than 6 hours, the school board is expected to vote on a $20 million budget cut. Cece, at this point, we say $20 million. What led to this point?
Yeah, I mean, at this point, this process has kind of been happening all year. District leaders say in early 2024, they noticed they needed to reduce the budget by $26 million. So they quickly put together a two-phase budget reduction and realignment plan. So that first phase was a $5.1 million reduction in central administration and services for this year's budget. The second phase focuses on cuts for next year. So the options include a $21 million total reduction in larger class sizes, or making more cuts to central services, administrative positions, and asking for more money in a referendum next year.
Okay, so what are some of the factors that cause the district to have to make these cuts?
Yeah, well, right now, the district is blaming things like the elimination of federal pandemic relief funds, higher than budgeted employee contract settlements, and inflation on transportation and other operations.
Lots to dig into. Cece, thank you. Today, the state canvassing board is meeting again to certify results in the race for the District 54A House seat. Now that the recount is complete, now it comes as another close races recount begins. Just 2 hours ago in Sherburne County, election officials began recounting ballots by hand in the contest for District 14B to represent St. Cloud. DFL incumbent Dan Wolgamott leads Republican challenger Sue Eck by 200 votes. It's happening at the Government Center in Elk River. The state canvassing board will certify those results once the recount is complete. Now, at the same time, the battle for a Roseville area seat in the Minnesota House is headed to court. Republican Paul Wickstrom is accusing his DFL rival Curtis Johnson of not living in the district that he will be representing. Wickstrom is asking a Ramsey County court to overturn the election results and call a special election to fill that seat. Johnson won the November 5th election by 30%. We know more about an overnight restaurant fire at a Hopkins restaurant today. Police Sergeant James Niemackle says it started as a grease fire in the kitchen at Pub 819 on Main Street just before 1 in the morning. It's a two-story building, and our photographer reported seeing heavy smoke coming out of the windows on the second floor. Several agencies helped put out the flames. Employees were working at the time, but the sergeant says that he believes no one was hurt. The fire chief estimates about $250,000 of damage. Well, this morning, the suspect in a deadly hours-long standoff in Red Wing made his first court appearance. Daryl Nixon is now charged with second-degree murder. Court documents accuse him of shooting Andrea Broyld 10 times in an apartment. Officials say he then called 911 crying, and during that 3-hour standoff said he killed Broyld. He eventually surrendered to police, and according to the complaint, Nixon's mother said he suffers from severe mental health issues. The Minneapolis man accused of shooting his neighbor last month was also in court today. A judge determined there was enough evidence for his case to move forward. Davis Maturi claims John Sawchak was harassing him for months leading up to the shooting. Maturi was hospitalized with a fractured spine, 2 broken ribs, and a concussion. Sawchak is facing multiple charges, including attempted murder, assault, and stalking. Well, holiday travel is picking up in the next 24 hours as gas prices continue to get lower. Audrey Russo has the latest numbers for us.
Right now, about half the country is paying less than $3 for a gallon of regular gas. We're in a much better position this Thanksgiving than we were last year when people were paying about 20 cents more per gallon. So what that means is that more people could be on the roads in the coming week. Statewide, the average is about $2.85 for a gallon of regular. In the Twin Cities, we know we're going to pay a little bit more, about $2.88. And as you head north, it's a little cheaper at $2.72 for a gallon of regular gas. So if you have a 16-gallon tank, waiting until you're outside the metro could mean the difference between $46 for a fill-up and $43. And this is, of course, during the holiday season when every dollar counts. So with more people hitting the roads, we know that timing is going to be important for getting to your destination. AAA projects 72 million travelers will hit the road from tomorrow through the Monday after Thanksgiving. Tomorrow and Wednesday are expected to be the busiest travel days, and the most hectic time of day will be between 1 and 7 p.m. So packing the kids up early and heading out in the morning or waiting until that evening rush is through is going to be your best bet for avoiding all of that congestion. Back to you.
Food shelves in Minnesota have something new to be thankful for today. Just a few hours ago, Governor Tim Walz announced another $5 million will be sent to pantries around the state. The governor started his day volunteering at Neighborhood House in St. Paul. Leaders there say this year they've seen an extraordinary increase in the need for food support. So far this year, they've given out nearly 980,000 pounds of food. That's nearly 50% more than what was needed in 2023. Governor Walz says this is the time of year to think about our neighbors.
We understand this is one-time money, but it's at a time when we need it. It's a time that'll make a difference and a time that our partners understand best how to get that out.
Governor Walz says this money comes as funding from the American Rescue Plan ends at the end of this year. Help for families in need of extra food continues to pour out in other parts of the community, too. Union Gospel Mission is handing out more than 10,000 Thanksgiving meals today. Each kit includes a turkey, potatoes, canned and boxed foods. Registration is full. Well, a couple of Minnesota turkeys that won't see the dinner table just got their presidential pardon in the last 2 hours. You see behind me, Peach and Blossom were hatched in Northfield and today set outside the White House with President Biden.
Well, fellas, your prayers going to be answered today. Based on your temperament and commitment to being productive members of society, I hereby pardon Peach and Blossom.
Hey, look at that. Both turkeys will now head back to Minnesota to live their lives at Farm America.